You think I'm trolling you, don't you? But I'm being serious. But there's a little bit of a secret to tell you. You know why you become a millionaire? Currency is devalued by a lot. I told you, it wasn't clickbait. But anyways, I figured I'll make a video about, well, what it's like living here and teaching here and working here and paying tax, all that stuff. But I'll try to make it more fun. All right, let's go. So obviously the first step is, how do you come here? How do you get to Vietnam and do what we're doing? Well, just go online. There's a million different places, not just where I work, but you look up English teaching jobs in Vietnam or ESL jobs Vietnam, ESL jobs Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh, wherever you want to live. Just Google it and there's gonna be a million different websites. Like, I could name them off, but you'll find them. I think I use Dave's ESL Cafe, which is awesome. As long as you have the proper credentials, you know, you'll get the interview and most likely you'll get the job as long as you're not a buffoon. Just make sure you have a TEFL or something like that, CELTA or something to qualify you for teaching. If you have a teaching certificate, even better. Make sure you have the proper paperwork to be able to do it. Interview should be fine. Step 2. Make sure you have all your paperwork in order before coming to Vietnam, okay? The company is gonna give you a visa and give you the paperwork to get a visa. You'll need to pay for that when you land. But once you get the job and come here, make sure you have a diploma from a university, TEFL or CELTA. You'll need your passport, of course, a police background check from the country you're from. I mean, I bring my immunization records, all kinds of stuff. Make sure you have all of it. Make sure you have either an original or a certified like copy. Once you get here, you're gonna need to go to your embassy and have them notarized, which means basically proving that they're real and not fake. So you need money for that, you need time, and you need to make sure you go and do it. And then the Vietnamese government will start processing all your paperwork. But make sure, because of the way Vietnam operates, the paperwork's the most, not just Vietnam, it's actually every country. Your paperwork's really, really important. So make sure you have everything in order. I notice whenever I look away from the camera, I just lose focus. If I look at the camera, I stay focused. Make sure you have all your paperwork in order and your life here is gonna be really easy. And make sure you have some money, you know, buy your plane ticket and give yourself, you know, I came with like $1,400 or something and that was okay to give me like an Airbnb and all that stuff. So I can live somewhere, pay for the paperwork. Training's usually unpaid for my company. Other companies, they'll pay you. But it's all good, dude. You know, you'll be a millionaire before you know it, trust me. No worries, all right? One more. But seriously, in all reality, like, once you're here, you'll get a residency card, green card, alien residency card, whatever you want to call it. It'll be stamped in your passport. It lets you come and go from Vietnam without needing to do visa runs or anything. And it's good for 2 years. You'll get your medical card and all that stuff. Your company will take care of. Don't worry about it. Seriously, just stay in profit. Make sure you get all your paperwork done at the beginning. It's expensive, and then you can just sit there and rake it in. It's really easy here to be making. You know, when I started, I was at like, I think 36 million, you know, which is, I don't know how much that is anymore. Google? You'll quickly start rising through the ranks as long as you're doing a good job, coming to work on time, and yeah. And now you're in Vietnam, so now let's talk about life here. What's life here like? I already did a day in the life vlog, but I can actually tell you about it as well. So let's go. That was completely unnecessary. I didn't even leave the room. I was sitting right there. So what I wanted to do is show you my schedule. You have your days we work. We have Mondays. Give me a second. We have Mondays off in my company, and then Tuesday through Sundays, working days, you have one extra day off. My day off happens to actually be on Sunday. Let's go into this. So you see, on Tuesday, I have 2, Wednesday 1, Thursday 1, Friday 2, and Saturday 1 class. Each class is an hour and a half. So you're talking about 3 hours, hour and a half, 3 hours, hour and a half. Now that doesn't mean that everybody works so little. Because I'm a head teacher, I have other duties, so my actual teaching time is lower. Most teachers teach here for 18, some other companies will do 24, but you're never teaching more than 30 hours. That's really crazy. The thing with teaching is you'll notice it's very exhausting. I mean, you're pumped up for that hour and a half, you know, with especially the young kids you have. It's not as easy as it seems, but the working hours are great compared to America where, you know, 40 hours is normal. And if you're doing any kind of labor, you're working for 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day, you know. One time I worked 18 hours a day driving to New York City and back because my boss was, anyways, long, stupid story. But the quality of life is great because you're working in the evening. Our school starts at 5:30. Unless it's the weekend, we'll start at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm always here, maybe 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock. because I have duties. But otherwise, as a teacher, you show up at 4:30 or so, prep for an hour, get your papers printed, look at the lesson, yada, 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 go and teach. You have a 15-minute break in between your 2 classes, teach again and go home. It's beautiful because you have all evening after class, because we're done at 9. So you still have the evening if you want to go have dinner, go to the bar, go dancing, whatever you want to do. I take photos, but I love it because you have that time. And same thing, you have all morning, every day. And that's awesome. You're not waking up having to go to work. You're waking up saying, I'm gonna go to the gym and take care of myself. Oh, I'm gonna go take photos today. I'm gonna make another video. I'm gonna go paint, you know, whatever. I have friends who have dogs, you know, go play with the dog in the morning and all day. I have a girl who loves to paint and she paints on her free time, and people with health nuts who are always exercising. And you have the people who are binge drinking and just sleeping away their lives. But you have a lot of options here because you have that time that you don't have back at home. And that's always why I say, like, it's the best opportunity, especially if you're young. Here, I'm able to make like $26,000 a year take home, you know, which isn't that much worse than when I was paid $30,000 a year in America. But after taxes, you know, I was losing like, you know, I was down to like 22 or 21,000. I'm actually making more money here and working less. It's kind of weird how this poor country like Vietnam pays you so much more, you know, so I can easily send home like $1,000 a month and pay off student loans and whatnot. And that's one of the best parts of living here, is you have so much time and you have so much money to do whatever you want. People will travel, go see the world, you know. I mean, you know, people look at me like, oh, you haven't been to Cambodia yet? It's only like a $50 flight. And I was like, yeah, you're right, I should go to Cambodia, or Laos is right next door to Vietnam. I mean, it's incredible. The opportunities you have here are beyond anything I can imagine. Now, if you're young, I'd say go for it. If you're young and college educated, you know, go for it, man. Like, let's be honest, we're all gonna be working till the day we die anyways, aren't we? So you might as well enjoy it. Don't wanna be pessimistic, but I mean, just enjoy yourself here, and you can keep working, and you know, when you're done, go home. I know when I go home, if I ever get an office job, which I hope I never have to, but if I do, I can always tell people, like, you know, I have a team here. I have South African, Scottish, and I'm working with an American and another English girl, like, and then Vietnamese on top of all that. I have so much cultural experience and learning how to work with teams of all different backgrounds. And that's great, you know. And you can throw me into any weird situation, I'm fine. I've seen all kinds of crazy stuff, man. So there's so much opportunity here, and it's the best thing ever, because our generation's focused on experiences, right? We love to do things. We don't want to go and, you know, just waste time working a 9 to 5. If you love 9 to 5s, go for it. It's a dream here for so many Vietnamese people, which is great. But I've done it, never again, hopefully. Let's go see what's next for the day.